University of Georgia, and I am based out of Crisp County. So today I'm going to show you how to make some gnocchi. There is potatoes in it, chickpea flour, tapioca flour, grapeseed oil, salt, and pepper. So those are the 5 ingredients that you're going to need. So we got our potatoes, we boiled them for about 30 minutes and then we mashed them. So this is actually a double recipe, so this is 10 potatoes. That's what it looks like. You're going to put it into a bowl, a bigger bowl, so that you're able to use, you're going to be putting your flour in the bowl with your potatoes. So I actually made my potatoes ahead of time, and so I'm going to have to mix them just a little bit because they were mashed up and then they were put in the refrigerator overnight just so that they were ready to make my gnocchi. Just remember, you're going to want to wash your potatoes before you put them in your boiling pot of water. And then you're going to want to peel your potatoes at the end. And if you let them boil long enough, the peeling is just going to fall right off. Next, you're going to have your flour. So you need 1 cup to 2 cups of chickpea flour. So this is 4 cups, just because we might need all of it. It's all mixed in there together. So we're going to add a little bit at a time as we get it all nice and combined. So you're just looking to combine your flour and your mashed potatoes so that you can make gnocchi. So as you keep mixing it, just want to make sure you get all of it incorporated together. So what I did was I measured and leveled off each of my measurings with a dry measuring cup into the larger bowl so that it was just easier. I didn't have to do a cup at a time. It was just already measured into a bowl for me. So once we've got it incorporated, as we're still incorporating, you're going to add salt. So I use sea salt. So this is about 2 teaspoons of salt you're going to add into your gnocchi. Then you're going to add just a little bit of pepper. So it's about 2 teaspoons of pepper as well. And then you're going to mix that in, kind of look for the pepper specks to get spread throughout your gnocchi. And then our last part is we add grapeseed oil. So you're going to need a measuring cup to be able to measure your grapeseed oil. So you need 2 teaspoons. So we're doubling it, remember? So we're going to put 4 teaspoons. So there's 1, there's 2, there's 3, and there's 4. So we're going to mix that in just a little bit. So it looks like it's still a little bit flaky, so we're going to add just a little bit more grapeseed oil into it. Just another teaspoon at a time. So you're looking to be able to form some balls out of your gnocchi so that you can then roll it out and cut it into little pieces. So we still need just a little bit more. So we'll add about another teaspoon of our grapeseed oil. And then you're just going to be forming balls that you can roll out and cut into pieces. Once we have our balls made, we're going to have a floured surface. You're going to need a rolling pin. And you can use a pizza cutter, or if you and your kids want to have some fun, you can just use some cookie cutters and cut them into shapes. So we're going to make sure your rolling pin's got a little bit of flour on it. Then we're just rolling our gnocchi out. So remember when you're doing this that you need to have a clean counter surface that you've already disinfected and it's been dried and set there for the prescribed time to disinfect a surface. So make sure you read the back of your bottle for that. You've got clean hands with whoever's helping you, or that your hands are clean. And then you're gonna have gnocchi done. So this is just a different way that you can eat your potatoes. You can make a sweet potato one. You can do all kinds of different things. So just keep in mind, this one is just 5 simple ingredients, and they may not necessarily be ingredients, but if you don't have that chickpea flour, you can use all-purpose flour. It's just not going to give you the same protein that chickpea flour is going to give you. So once you get it all nice and rolled out, you can do several things once we get it cut. You can go ahead and cook it and enjoy it now. You can store it, or you can freeze it for later. Any of the options are good, but when you cook it, you are going to put it in a large pot. You can boil it, and it only takes 2 to 3 minutes for gnocchi to be finished. So we're just gonna cut little slices. You can be very particular and make sure they're all the exact same, all look identical, or you can let it look homemade and just have a little bit of rough around the edges. Totally up to what you want and then what you want your look to be for the serving of your gnocchi. So if you're going to freeze it, I suggest that you freeze it on a sheet pan first and then put it in an individual bag or container to store. So your gnocchi's going to look something like this. So remember, it doesn't take more than 2 to 3 minutes to cook. Thanks and enjoy the gnocchi. So once we've got our gnocchi cut, you can either do it in a rope to get the balls or just ball up those little squares. Once you've got that, you get your water boiling in whatever serving size you're doing. And then you're also going to need a small pan with some oil ready. And we can just keep using the grapeseed oil, or if you'd like to use a different one, you are welcome to make that transition. But we're going to boil them, and they're going to boil until they come to the top. And then we're going to transition them into giving them that crispy taste. We're at a slow boil in our pot, so we're going to drop our gnocchi pieces in. And you're going to wait for them to float to the top, which shows that they have cooked. So be sure that your handles are facing to where you're not going to have a problem on the stove. And if you got little helpers, be careful because you are dealing with hot water. So we're going to let our gnocchi boil. We're going to let it come to the top. While it is boiling, our oil is warming up so that it's ready to go as soon as it comes to the top. This is if you're going to choose to immediately eat it. If you're going to store it, go ahead and make those little balls. You can keep it in the fridge, or you can go ahead and put it on a pan and freeze it and then put it in individual bags so that you can have it later and it stays fresh. So make sure that you keep just kind of a low boil, and so that might mean that you've got to turn your eye down just a little bit as you wait for the gnocchi to come up to the top.